Hey, Pat Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to give you the roadmap to adding $1,000 in online coaching revenue fast. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners. So stay tuned.
I feel like over the past decade or so, the online coaching or online trainer world has kind of gone through all sorts of ups and downs. Obviously, during the pandemic, it became something of a necessity. Prior to that, it was this aspirational thing that people, I think, were kind of pursuing as that lifestyle-friendly business, the 4-hour work week, all that sort of stuff. And post-pandemic, it's probably not had quite as much traction as it did before, but there's still a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of confusion as to what we should be doing if we are going to pursue online training as either a side business, a profit center under our offline business umbrella, or standalone business. And there are a few people out there who I think do a pretty reputable job. I'll mention John Goodman for one, who I think does a very reputable job in helping people in that landscape. But for every one person that's out there teaching people a sound way to build an online business, I feel like there are probably dozens of, for lack of a better term, charlatans out there selling this dream of lifestyle business. You don't have to really work. You can essentially just give somebody a workout and the business will run itself. And frankly, it's just not how it works. I mean, the reality of online coaching, the reality of any sort of online service-based business is you have to provide the service. And the stickiness, the pain of disconnect is lower than an offline business in many cases, because the offline business has that kind of convenience factor. It has face-to-face relationships. There are more threads of connections. You're part of a local community. And there's inherent accountability. There's this, hey, somebody's waiting on me. I'm going to see people. They're going to check on me. I got to look people in the eye. And online coaching a lot of times doesn't necessarily address those things perhaps as directly or as obviously as offline businesses do, that actually hold clients back, the things that they get stuck on. I mean, we're in a world now where information is more readily available than it's ever been by many multiples. And so if somebody wants to get on YouTube and find workouts to follow, exercises to do, they can do it. And I'm not saying that's the same caliber or quality workout that they're going to get from a reputable, experienced coach, but the person in the marketplace probably doesn't know any better at this stage of the game. The challenge is they're going to struggle with consistency. They're going to struggle with all those things that have been friction points in the past, right? Like not having accountability, so staying motivated when their routine kind of gets shook up, sticking with something longer than a week or two, changing their nutrition, battling through things when they go through some sort of challenge that requires perseverance, whether it's nutrition and they've fallen off the supportive eating wagon for a weekend, or they got busy for a week, missed a couple workouts, and what do they do to get back on track? I don't know that the way that a lot of people coach or are coached to coach online address those things, but those are actually the problems that people have to solve. I believe that's where some of the misinformation is, right? Like you'll have plenty of people tell you how to build a funnel, how to go and do organic lead gen through just kind of scouring social media and DMing people and that sort of stuff. You'll have people do sales training on selling high ticket programs, but nobody seems to be nearly as interested in saying, okay, this is how you connect with the right people that you want to serve. This is how you convert them into ongoing clients. And this is how you coach them in a way that actually keeps them around, because the average term of membership online is certainly considerably lower than offline. And we don't want to be kind of falling into that trap of just being average. There are ways that you can detach yourself from that kind of average bucket of people that just are dealing with churn at a really high level, that it becomes, I mean, almost like a bucket with big holes in the bottom, that no matter how much marketing you do, no matter how much selling you do, you can never outpace the attrition. So what does building a profit center for an online coach look like in practicality? And to give you a little bit of background, my first online coaching clients were all the way back in 2004. If that dates me, it probably makes me old enough that some of my online coaching clients, I was coaching some of them when some of the people teaching online coaching were in preschool. But it just came out of necessity, right? We had a training business that was very close to a military base here in Kentucky, Fort Knox. And so you'd have people that had to leave very regularly. They would get sent to other bases. They might get deployed overseas, something like that. And obviously, as an entrepreneur, I wanted to keep their business. I wanted to keep them as clients. So what do I do in that situation? Well, I devised a way that we could design a program for somebody, and the focus was on the facilitation of the ongoing execution of the program. And notice those are two different things, because I think a lot of times people want to sell a program in an app. They want to put something on Trainerize or Traineroic or something and say, well, that's online coaching. Giving somebody a program is not coaching. They can go to a newsstand and buy a copy of Men's Health and get a program. Giving somebody a program is really the first domino in creating an opportunity to coach. The facilitation of the execution of this program is where the difference lies. And so for us, I had to design a program that they could execute with the resources they had available. Fortunately, on military bases, there are always pretty robust gyms. And so being able to design a program they could execute, and then finding ways to hold them accountable, doing weekly at that point, like providing once a week to once a month phone calls, depending on what they wanted, how much coaching they wanted to invest in. So we could check in and say, how did you do this week? We could troubleshoot, we could problem solve. And eventually we got to a point where there'd be 20, 25, 30 of those people at any given time in that sort of program. So once we kind of had that formula worked out, then I did it for a few, as a former college baseball coach, college strength coach, I decided, okay, I'll do this for a couple baseball players that I just happened to know their parent or know their coach. And that model was relatively effective. And obviously, fast forward 20 years later, there's so many more and better tools and resources available to help people. I mean, you can send them videos through apps, through just send them via the phone, whatever you want to do. You can text people. You can use apps like Nomly or Automatic Members to facilitate accountability, like Coach Catalyst to facilitate accountability. But I think understanding that piece of it, like what am I actually going to do to deliver a service and facilitate the execution of the program that delivers the outcome this person wanted in the first place, that's the first problem we have to solve. And I don't think too many people care all that much about solving it on the guru or business coach side of things. They just want to talk about the marketing. But again, if you want to make a business out of this, it has to be sustainable. You want to have something that retains the clients that you get, that creates positive experiences, so you get social proof, so you can use that social proof in future marketing, so you can get referrals, so you can get upgrades. So that's the first piece of this. Now, the second piece is once you have something good to offer, we can go back to the people that we already have relationships with. And that could be former clients. It could be unconverted leads. It could be people that maybe we've never really considered as prospects that we have a relationship with, whether it's a friend from our hometown or people that moved away or people that we're connected with through work or wherever else, but maybe it's not convenient for them to come in and train with you in your facility. And now all of a sudden we can cast a wider net. We can go out to them and we can say, hey, I'm offering this new program, this new service, and I would love to see if you'd be interested in joining me. And if we want to add some scarcity to it, say, hey, I'm going to be taking on 2, 3, 5 clients in this program. And before I open it up and kind of market it to the masses, I wanted to extend an invitation to you first. So there's some personalization and some implied scarcity. So when I've done this with people with like just teaching them to launch an online program without fail, they've been able to go get 3 to 5 clients out of the gate. And if somebody's paying you $200 a month, then we've already hit that $1,000 mark. And I'm not saying that $200 marks the magic number or whatever else, because it's very much contingent upon who your market is, the problems you're solving, and the level of service and coaching and accountability that you're going to provide. But even at that kind of baseline number, you can go and get 5 people just by reaching out to people and putting an offer in front of them this way. Then the next thing that we have at our disposal is something that we did this was a 6-figure revenue stream year after year, was almost a hybrid type of offer. And I see this, in my world, there are 2 types of hybrid offers. There's a hybrid offer of online and offline blended. And then there's a hybrid offer of a front-end offer that automatically rolls into an ongoing offer. And it's beyond the scope of this one episode of the podcast to do a deep dive into both, but the hybrid offer of online and offline is great because somebody can come in, you can guide them, design their program, show them what to do. Obviously, you have the opportunity then to do an in-person assessment and customize the program. And you meet with them once every month, once every 3 months, whatever it is. I see this happen so much in the sports world. There are so many people that are college athletes, professional athletes, that will go to a training facility, do an assessment, get a program designed for them, and then go back home and execute the program. There have been really substantial 7- and 8-figure businesses built on this exact methodology. Super simple. But what's great about this is you probably already have a database of people that have expressed an interest in your training and for whatever reason just couldn't pull the trigger on being consistent, coming, seeing you. This is an offer to go back to them with and say, hey, you know what, you can come meet with me and we'll design your program, we'll customize everything to you, and then you can go back home and I will do remote coaching and facilitate you executing this program. We'll troubleshoot, we'll problem solve to make sure it's something that works for you, for your lifestyle to achieve your goals. So that's easy, but a lot of people just don't do it because it's not what they're used to. It's not what they're accustomed to delivering, but it's such a powerful offer. The second type of hybrid offer is simply you have this ongoing program, right? We want people in subscription-based programs, recurring revenue. Ideally, if we can get them, to work with us 12 months a year, multiple years, we want to do that. But really, the simplest thing to do is just splinter off this front end piece of it. It's like, hey, train with us for 30 days. We'll give you this one outcome in 30 days. And then we use that as an experiential way to demonstrate that we are, in fact, a good fit to help them reach their goals, that this is going to be kind of a tryout for both parties that rolls them into the ongoing program. I mean, really, that type of offer, it's just a front end offer, but we're not creating something that's completely unique. It's just giving somebody a short-term experiential opportunity to work with us. So any of these kind of formats deployed to the people that you already have access to, right? I mean, and we all, in this day and age with social media, we all have access to thousands of people. If we aggregate all the contacts we have in our phone, all the contacts we have in our email database, all the unconverted leads, all the former clients, all the friends of our current clients that know, like, and trust us and rave about us. But now they can say, well, hey, you know what? I love my trainer. I love my coach. I know you can't come train with us every day, but he's now offering this program, so it might be a good fit for you. Our connections on social media. There's so many avenues that we can do this. And so if you felt like you've been stuck, you notice I never said anything about going out and being a social media influencer, about building a 100,000 person following on Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. And obviously those things can help if you have that. But sometimes people think it's a prerequisite to go get in the game and build something that even at $1,000 a month can be a game changer for a lot of people. I mean, it's $1,000 a month with low overhead that, it can be something that pays a kid's tuition in a private school. It can be something that funds family vacations. It can be something that pays down debt, or it can just be a little bit more on your bottom line that is flexible. And so if you've been kind of dragging your feet or uncertain about how to build an online coaching business, I think this is a really simple, straightforward way to get started. Now, if you'd like my help in building an online coaching business, if you'd like to talk about kind of how this all works for you, just shoot me a message at pat@patrigsby.com, and I'll be happy to get on the phone and kind of talk through some of it with you and help you kind of modify what I just walked through to fit you, your circumstances, and your goals.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I have a quick announcement. One of the things that we've been doing with our current clients is taking them through this ideal business diagnostic. And really what it is this checklist that allows you to pinpoint exactly what your business needs next so you can keep improving, keep growing, and build a business that you love to own. One that pays you well, one that allows you to have the impact you want to have, and one that allows you to have a lifestyle that you truly enjoy. In this diagnostic, we walk through everything and we do an evaluation and can instantly pinpoint what you need to do next to build that business that you want. I'm going to extend this opportunity to get on with either me or my team and take you through this evaluation and fix your business's most vital needs fast. So if we take you through this, you're going to be able to make those vital changes that you need to finally have what I call your ideal business. If you'd be interested in going through this entirely free, risk-free diagnostic with us and learn what you already have in place, what you're doing well, and where your greatest opportunities for rapid improvement are, just shoot me an email with diagnostic in the subject line to pat@patrigsby.com. Again, an email to pat@patrigsby.com with diagnostic in the subject line will get you scheduled and take you through this evaluation to help you build the business you want.